gonna find your name on the cardboard. There's a mark, a line for the 7 and a line for the 3. Your pouch needs to be between there. Most likely you're gonna hit the 3 mark and be done, but if you have extra time, you might make it a little taller. So the main idea with weaving is alternating. Alternating locks in the stitches. So it doesn't matter if your needle starts under or if it starts over your thread, but you're under, your next one, your needle needs to be over the thread. So I sometimes pinch and pull it up so I can get my needle under a little bit better, and then I skip one and then pinch up the next one. And I'm going to go all the way across so it goes over, under, over, under, over, under. I'm going to pause here so we can double check. Under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. It's good. So I'm going to pull it through. I'm going to keep pulling until I have a tiny tail. I don't want to pull it all the way through or I'll have to redo it. So I left that tail and I'm going to push it all the way down. Now we want to do both sides of our board. That's going to create the pouch. So I flipped my board over. I'm checking where my tail is coming out. So I'm coming out this end, so that means I need to start on this end. It doesn't matter which way I start, as long as I'm going over, under, over, under, over, under. Double check it and then pull it through and push it down. I'm going to flip it again. My tail, my yarn is coming out this way, so I have to start on this side. Now this is where it gets tricky. You have to make sure you alternate with the row below it. So right now, my yarn, I started under. Since my yarn is under my up and down threads, I'm gonna start over. So where I was under before, I'm now over, and where I am over last time, I am now under. So you can see that my thread is over and this time I'm under. So you can see where this is under, now it's over. Over, now it's under. Flip and do the same thing. I started over, so now I need to start under. Let me show you a sign that you might have made a mistake. A common mistake is that you may have accidentally went over twice instead of going over, under, over, under. Here's where I went over twice, and now you can see my vertical threads are kind of laying on top of multiple rows. I'm gonna backtrack. So in order to backtrack, I'm gonna go under where I went under and over where I went over, just to where I want to undo it. So that's where what I need to undo. And now I can fix it. So I need to make sure I'm under, over, under. Another common problem I see is weaving on the wrong side of your board. Let me show you what happens when you do that. So my thread's coming out here, but I started on this side. Oftentimes you might see it cross here, or it might look completely normal on this side. It looks like I did it right, but when I flip it over, you can see this string is just going all the way across. I have to undo that. Another issue I often see is forgetting to alternate. So I'm gonna do this row exactly the same way I did as the row below it. Right, so here you can see these pieces go right on top or completely under multiple rows. If it happens one time, it might be okay. If you continue to do that the whole way, it's not going to be secure. Basically, these are just going to be kind of sandwiched in and they're going to move all around. You have to have them alternate to kind of lock in place. So again, I'm going to have to backtrack that so that way I can make sure that I alternate the rows. All right, so when I'm checking to make sure that I haven't made any mistakes, I'm making sure that I'm weaving on the same side that it's coming out at. And making sure this yarn is over my vertical pieces, so my needle now is under. And then I'm going under, over, all the way across. and then I can pull it through.